And hello, everybody. It is so great to
Right.
see you. Hey, William. We are live. Good to see you. While William gets set up, let me back up. And it's so great to see everybody in the chat, you guys. Mandy, you are almost always first. We appreciate you so much. All you want for Christmas is a haunted mansion lounge fly. I think they actually have a new design. And I think I saw a new design, a couple of new designs actually, maybe. Mandy, I have several, but Brian Eisenhart, Brian, it's always good to see you. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Let's see, Francisco, Tina McNeil. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else. San Francisco, welcome in. Alex, you are not late. You arrived neither early nor late, but exactly when you mean to. Hey, Mike, welcome in. So nice. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. We appreciate you. Great to see you, buddy. I appreciate Mike. I so appreciate all of your encouraging words on Instagram. Guys, if you don't follow Mike on Instagram, by all means do that. It's really, I really appreciate all your encouragement and inspiration, Mike. It means a lot to us. Deborah Vanta Crew, welcome in. You're a wizard, Alex. You're a wizard. You are a wizard. You are. You got the reference. Alex got that reference. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Deborah Vanta Crew, welcome in. It is so great to see you guys, and such an encouragement. William, how are you? I know you're always busy, especially now that school's in session and you're teaching class as you're coming in on two wheels there.
Busy.
Yeah. I have been fairly busy myself. Just a list. I have to work off lists, or I can't remember anything. So, but let you get set up there, and I do have the slideshow queued up, so
Nice.
you don't have to worry about that. But it's so great to see everybody again. I hope you're all having a good week. Tuesday is like the beginning of the week, and so we're just getting started. Tomorrow is Hump Day, so it's not Monday. So Tickerific Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The ads are weird, aren't they, Brian? That it's kind of, YouTube changes it up every now and then too. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, he'll get it together, Tina. William has been a little distracted. It's like herding cats at his house a lot of times. So we've got a lot going on, guys. I have a Disney trip coming up in 117 days. That's my countdown.
Hey, Jason.
Jason, good to see you. So I'm looking forward to that, unless I decide to sneak in a little bit early because they just released that new annual pass holder magnet. That's the Princess Ray from The Princess and the Frog. Gosh, I love that. I love that thing. You got to be there to get it. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Jeff and I have a trip to Tennessee coming up on Friday. So I never know. And actually Alabama. I never know if I'll, be able to go live or get a vlog but I love to do that if I can. So you guys kind of keep your eyes open for that. William, how's your week gone?
That's going really well. Just very, very, very busy. Got several different things that I've got going on right now. Very busy at my regular job, and then obviously got my side job going on too with the online master's class, and so yeah, very lots of stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, that's I have noticed, and this is I work from home now, and so um, when when I had a job to go to, I was pushed to get things done. So I knew that I couldn't put off loading the dishwasher. I knew that I couldn't, that I had to throw in that load of clothes before I left or whatever. I do better when I'm busier. So that's just me.
Yeah.
We all have our routines and what have you. But I've just noticed that I do better when I'm working and I have to, then I'm forced to stay on a schedule. Is anybody else like that?
Yeah, I am,
Um,
Brian. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've got a trip coming up in 117 days. Looking forward to that, y'all. And we talked about this last night or last week. William, you brought this up, and it's a really good topic. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about the new bride in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
Uh-huh.
There's been a lot of kerfuffle online, lots of opinions and what have you. They have redesigned Constance Hatchaway, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight and what the Imagineer says about the changes. What people online, are saying, how it's being received by guests, and we'll see what you think. Of course, Haunted Mansion is my very favorite ride. It always has been. And so this one is very near and dear to my heart. So we'll see. I'm interested to know what you guys think. And especially you, Brian, being a Disneylander. And, we'll see. We'll see what you come up with. Let me, William, did you want to do This Day in Disney History?
Yeah, I can run through it.
Okay.
This Day in Disney History, 1944, Disney's Goofy cartoon, How to Be a Sailor, directed by Jack Kinney, is released. Goofy, voiced by Pinto Colvig, takes viewers on a cruising history of sailing from the first prehistoric use of floating logs to the modern battleship. The only wartime entertainment short from Disney that involves the Navy. It is narrated by John McLeish. This Day in Disney History, 1944. This Day in Disney History, 1946. Academy Award nominations are announced, with the Three Caballeros picking up 2 nominations, and the short Donald's Crime receiving 1. Oscars will be presented March 7th. This Day in Disney History, 1978. At the Golden Globe Awards, Best Original Score Motion Picture goes to John Williams for his Star Wars music, of course, beating out Al Kasha and Joel Hirschhorn, nominated for Disney's Pete's Dragon.
Pretty cool. I did not remember that.
Yeah.
I remember Star Wars, of course.
History. 1980, the Industrial Bank of Japan announces it and nearly 30 other Japanese banks have agreed to lend money to the Oriental Land Company to build a $300 million Disney theme park in Tokyo. This Day in Disney History, 1980. 1981, actor Elijah Wood is born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He played Pinocchio in the 1990 edition of You and Your Five Senses. Huckleberry Huck Finn in the 1993 adventure film The Adventures of Huck Finn, and voiced Beck in the Disney XD animated series Tron Uprising, which I remember that. Wood also portrayed the Artful Dodger in the 1997 film adaptation of Oliver Twist, supplied the speaking voice of Tom Thumb in The Adventures of Tom Thumb and Thumbelina, and portrayed Willard Young in the 1991 Touchstone Pictures film Paradise. Best known for his role as Frodo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings film trilogy, Wood also voiced Mumble, the Emperor Penguin, in Happy Feet, which I remember that too. So big shout out to Wood. Big Lord of the Rings fans. We, Mom made a reference earlier in the show. So
I did.
This Day in Disney History, at Super Bowl 24 in New Orleans, quarterback Joe Montana of the San Francisco 49ers shouts, "I'm going to Disney World," after his team defeats the Denver Broncos 55-10. It is the second year in a row that Montana appears in the Disney ad. yeah, again, go Niners. 2018, How Far I'll Go by Lin-Manuel Miranda from the animated film Moana wins Best Song Written for Visual Media at the 60th Annual Grammy Awards. How about that? So
Nice.
that's everything for this day in Disney history.
Yeah. So some good stuff there. I did not, of course, 1977, I was there for Star Wars, and I did not remember that about in 78 at the Golden Globes. Of course, John Williams then went on to win an Oscar for Star Wars music, but that it beat out the music for Pete's Dragon at the Golden Globes. So that was interesting. That this day in Disney history, brings up a lot of things that that I either did not know, or a lot of it I know, but I think it's a lot of fun. So, but at any rate, let's see.
Alex said he knew Elijah Wood and his family. Says he would.
Oh,
he
really?
was young. He was young when he left for LA. Yeah, I mean, makes sense based off of the notes that I read about him in This Day in Disney history.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get going with the slideshow tonight. And again, this was your suggestion from last week, William. This about, and I had fun with this thumbnail, making this thumbnail. Tell me a little bit about what you've read and heard about this new bride. They have, just to give you a little background on it, at the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, not Disney World, but at Disneyland, they have changed the bride. They have changed her up, and she's no longer Constance Hatchaway. So we're going to see what everybody thinks about that. I have read several things on it. Lots of different news outlets have covered it. The news, different news stations have covered it a lot. The LA Times even wrote a piece about it. Disneyland is important to Californians, and so there wasn't even a piece in New York in the LA Times that I'll be quoting some from tonight, reading some from. But William, when did you first hear about this change?
They kind of tipped their hat a little, or tipped their hand a little bit with the sipper that they put out, and they're like, oh, there's a candelabra in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so, people kind of theorize. That maybe that's the update that they were making. Brian here says John Williams is by far the best contemporary composer. Yeah, I mean, in band we played a score for a concert that featured, his most famous and most recognizable, scores from all the incredible movies that he's been associated with in different film franchises. Some other quality contemporary composers for soundtracks of note, Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman are two that are up there as well, that have done a lot of things that people would instantly recognize. But yeah, we love John Williams. It's fantastic. Let's see here. Oh, that's neat. Alex said, Brian, have you seen the video from YouTube where two kids played the Imperial March outside Williams' house and he took the time to go out and talk to them?
Oh, my. How fun.
That's really neat.
Yeah, that is great.
We love it too, Dean.
Yeah, just amazing music. Okay, so apparently, y'all, we have gone from a butchering bride in Constance Hatchaway to a brooding bride. The original attic area in the Haunted Mansion. Now, the Disneyland Haunted Mansion opened in 1969. It was in production for several years. It was put on hold while they swapped over to while they took care of the 1964 World's Fair, and then also while they added Pirates of the Caribbean and they had a lot of Imagineers involved, and so it took them a long time to come up with a finished product. A lot of great Disney Imagineers, in fact, almost all of them contributed in some way. So it finally opened in 1969, and there is an episode on Disney Plus of Behind the Attraction that you can watch on the Haunted Mansion. I encourage you to do that because it's fantastic. But the original attic featured black lights and a blast up ghost that would occasionally spring out to scare visitors. The bride was swaying in the corner with a beating red heart.
Her face is creepy looking. I've seen her face, from the original.
Yeah.
From the original animatronic.
Yeah. I do not have a picture of that original, but this is a picture that I took at Walt Disney World of the bride currently in the attic at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
And yes, this was shot into, just with my camera. I have a Galaxy phone, my camera on my phone, and I just came up with this amazing picture, and I absolutely love it. It's my favorite of the ones that I've taken. But at any rate, she does have a hatchet. Now, her hatchet had not materialized yet in this picture, but that's what she looks similar, would you say, William, at Disneyland?
Well, yeah. I was gonna say I've only seen Disneyland's with the Christmas overlay.
Oh, that's right. I forget about that. I forget about that. So at any rate, she was changed in May of 2006. The show scene was redesigned to include new effects and introduce a darker storyline. Now, this is where Constance Hatchaway came in. This included scattered and all the stacked wedding gifts that you see, and then portraits redesigned of the redesigned bride and her husband's.
Yeah.
And as you know, in each portrait, the husband's head disappears, and the bride's voice is there admitting to beheading them. So she became Constance Hatchaway in 2006 and became the butchering bride. And they did the hatchet for her.
Black Widow bride.
Yes, the Black Widow bride. And then the Doom buggies then headed for the window where the bride is standing reciting her wedding vows, and the hatchet materializes and vanishes in her hand. And then, of course, the Doom buggy goes out the window to the graveyard, and implying that you're escaping the ghost.
Yeah.
Now we did have a cast member, a ghost host at Walt Disney World, tell us that the storyline among cast members is that your Doom buggy goes backwards, and the story among cast members is that Constance knows that you have seen. You've heard her confess, and you know that she killed her husband, so she actually pushes you out the window. And that's why you're Doom buggy, because you're falling out the window into the graveyard. So middle note, don't date anyone. Brian, you never know, bud. Might be, just for safety's sake, who knows? But yeah, that Jonathan, it's a really cool story. I love talking to all cast members, but I especially love talking to ghost hosts because there's so many backstories and cast member storylines that only the cast members know for the Haunted Mansion. So, but yeah, that's the story among cast members. So, now this one is causing, again, is causing some, kind of a dust up anytime they change anything. There's always kind of okay, not Dean, thanks. And the her dialogue her dialogue is, and of course she's voiced. Oh, who's she voiced by? William, help me.
Leota Toombs.
I know that's no.
Oh, Cat Cressida. Or no,
Cat
she did.
Cressida.
Okay,
Yeah.
she did. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought she
Yes,
did.
Cat Cressida.
I thought she did Little Leota.
No, Little Leota. No, Cat Cressida actually does the bride.
That's right. So yeah, Leota Toombs did the head, the face.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Leota Toombs does Madam
Eleanor Oddly is my bad. That's Leota. That's Leota. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go through all this. The bride is voiced by if you can follow her on Instagram. I follow her. She's actually wished me a happy birthday before, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Probably because of the theme of our channel, but by a lady named Cat Cressida, who also voices some other characters. She's a voice actress, so pretty cool there. She voices the bride. Her dialogue is, "Here comes the bride. As long as we both shall live, for better or for worse." Chuckle. I do. I did. In sickness and in wealth, you may now kiss the bride. We'll live happily ever after, till death do us part. So that's all of the things that she says. And normally you pass by, you pass by and you don't hear all of the dialogue.
Yeah.
Everything that she says. You just hear, pick up a couple of lines there. So the Imagineer who's in charge. Let me get over here, guys, and show you. Okay. This is what she looks like. This is what she looks like now at Disneyland. You can still see, the wedding photo of her, and they upgraded the technology. This is only recently. They upgraded the technology, and I will have to say, I think she does look really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think, William?
I'm interested to see her. I still feel like, granted she's a ghost, but I still feel like her face is kind of a little off. But anyway,
I should have blown up her face a little bit so you can see.
I just think projection wise, like her face could probably have a little bit more quality. Granted, I've not seen her in person, so I'll wait to pass judgment on quality then once I see her in person eventually. But
I have seen photos of like from waist up, where the quality is better.
Okay.
The new tech is very well defined.
Okay.
Now that was one of the things that that they said, was that the old technology was getting harder to maintain. It was the Pepper's Ghost technology, and so now you've read some about this too, William, so you could take this anytime you want.
Yeah.
The Imagineer who is in charge of the refurb, is named Kim Irvine. Yeah. Now, Kim Irvine has an especially close connection to Disney, in that she is actually the daughter of Leota Toombs, who originally voiced Madame Leota, which is pretty amazing. She is an American Imagineer since 1970. She is currently Executive Creative Director of Walt Disney Imagineering. While she's best known for her work on the Haunted Mansion and Pirates.
Eleanor Oddly did the voice of Madame Leota.
I've got it in the notes.
Okay, I was going to say, I was just a little correction there.
Yeah, Madame Leota was voiced by was the model for Madame Leota.
Yeah.
So let me move here. Let me get you to.
Yeah, so Leota Toombs did she was the face in the ball.
Yes.
With Eleanor Oddly's voice.
Irvine, and this is an LA Times picture from an interview that Kim did regarding the new changes. And her mom is Leota Toombs.
Mm-hmm.
And as now, this probably looks familiar because this is this is the makeup and some of the art. Leota Toombs was an employee at Walt Disney World. I'm not sure exactly, what capacity she was employed in, but this probably looks familiar to you because she's in full makeup here. So this is Kim Irvine's mom.
They worked for Wet Enterprises.
Yes. And in the early days. And so Madame Leota, of course, is the floating head in the seance room. She's in the crystal ball. So, and she is now that's her face. She's actually voiced by Eleanor Audley, who also voiced Lady Tremaine
and Maleficent,
Cinderella, and Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty. So it gets a little confusing because you've got people who are actually the models and then the voices. But no, Leota Toombs actually voices little Leota.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have Eleanor Audley who voices Leota, and then the actual model Leota Toombs, who is Kim's mom, voices little Leota. So there.
Yeah, Kat Cressida did the voice work for Constance Hatchaway.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, there we go.
She did do the voice work. Let's see. Yes, that's it.
More on Kim Irvine. She's an American, or she is an engineer. For this from Disney Wiki, she's an Imagineer for the Walt Disney Company since 1970. Is currently executive director of Walt Disney Imagineering. She's best known for her work on Pirates of the Caribbean. She worked on the 2021 refurbishment of the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland Park. She also appeared as a maid in the Muppets Haunted Mansion, which I remembered. Irvine was born into Disney. Her parents, Harvey and Leota Toombs, were Disney animators who had their first date at the Pinocchio premiere. Irvine's mother later worked for Wet Enterprises, the arm that creates attractions, now Walt Disney Imagineering. When Irvine graduated from high school in 1970, she planned to go to art school, but her mother suggested that Irvine take a summer job at WED. There, she worked at the model shop where she was making hats for bears, putting feathers in tiki birds, and painting mock-ups. By 1978, she was set up with another employee to run an office branch that oversaw maintenance of the original park. Since then, Irvine led major projects to decorate Sleeping Beauty Castle in 2005 for the 50th anniversary, designed the Disney Dream Suite in 2008, adding Disney characters, outlining their costumes to It's a Small World ride in 2009, and updated scenes along Rivers of America with new animal figures, and created trash cans to fit with the lands, and renovated vending carts at least twice. She also served as a model and narrator for the special holiday makeover for the Haunted Mansion. So that's the Jack Skellington version, Nightmare Before Christmas version, the Haunted Mansion holiday. Her mother's image, who was the original model for Madame Leota, was projected on Irvine's model inside the ball, so kind of overlaying each other's faces. So pretty cool there.
Yeah, it really is. So this is her mom, and it's interesting because I have heard Kim say before in interviews that when she is near the Haunted Mansion, there are certain areas outside where she can hear little Leota. She can hear her mother's voice saying, hurry back, which is really, really interesting. So she definitely has, a strong, very strong connection to the park.
Yeah.
She obviously, stayed with the company after her mom suggested it as just a summer job. Yeah. And so, she does have, again, a very strong connection to the park. Let's see, there's Leota. Y'all know what she looks like. She was recently given a little bit of a facelift. what is that? A couple of years ago, they gave her a little bit of a facelift, which worked out really well. And let's see. Let me get back to I don't want to leave anything out here because there's a lot. There's
the other thing too is they have the expanded queue at Disneyland now. So there's they've widened the walkways, and they've added various from what I've heard, there's little statues, serpents and spiders, tail of a rat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's and then I think frogs, all or toads. And so, there's some statues there kind of representing, what Leota's using, as part of the seance. And then, there's other, things that are kind of figurative and that kind of point to different things about the mansion, there in the line queue. Pretty neat. I've seen a couple good videos on I think it's Facebook Reels, kind of walking you through psychologically some of the updates in the queue. But
so we'll go over those in just a minute. Let me take you back, guys, to now these are and she really does look really pretty. I wish I'd gotten a larger of her face and what have you, but Kim Irvine in a piece with the LA Times, and I'll link to that article in the description of this video, explains why she got away from Constance Hatchaway. Now, Constance Hatchaway, of course, is more,
the gift shop too. I forgot to mention the gift shop.
We're going to talk about those in just a minute. There's a lot of changes have been made. The upgrades for the line queue, which has been pretty extensive, and I have pictures of all of that. We'll look at that in just a minute. It's really, really cool stuff. And then the gift shop, if you're familiar with Disneyland, there is a Haunted Mansion gift shop. It's not Memento Mori, but there is a Haunted Mansion gift shop. And
now there is. There wasn't one previously. Well, yes. I say that there was one kind of over in like the New Orleans Square area, but it didn't dump you out in a gift shop like it happens so frequently.
No.
you had to walk a little bit to get to their their version of their gift shop.
But they have themed that now to Madame Leota loosely. So it's pretty cool. I'm anxious to see it. I really am. I love to. I just, again, it's my favorite attraction. So you have now the Broad is not the only major change. This attraction, of course, was developed during the Walt Disney era. It went in and then it went in 1969, or was opened in 1969. An expanded queue has added with narrative focused gardens, a greenhouse where guests wait in line, and a new gift shop, which is close to where the ride exits. Kind of expands the storyline of Leota. So imagery at the end of the ride with the hitchhiking ghost has also been updated. Now, excuse me, I did not find a picture of that, but this technology looks really nice, and they say that she actually floats, that she appears to be floating in air. So Kim Irvine said, quote, "We thought, what if we changed the story back a little bit to the original story that the Imagineers had about a lost bride in the attic mourning the loss of her husbands?" She said it was a sad thing. It was a story about lost love. The candelabra, for instance, that the character is holding is identical to the one visible floating in an earlier hall scene, now implying the bride is broodingly wandering the mansion. Additionally, the candelabra will appear a third time, materializing in a cemetery crypt in the ride's final scene, which of course is the graveyard scene. So this is kind of, this was her thinking.
Thanks,
this
Jared.
is why they changed her up a little bit. The last time the attic received a major overhaul was in the mid 2000s. It was in 2006. The figure known as the Black Widow Bride or Constance Hatchaway had a more aggressive, sinister story. So she was holding an axe and she was portrayed, as a murderous gold digger, seductress who beheaded her husbands, hence the title Black Widow Bride. And when they put all the portraits that are scattered in the attic. When you look at the portraits, the husbands' heads disappear because, of course, she, chopped their heads off. So the pictures are still there, and so now I guess you just kind of use your imagination to figure out why the husbands disappear. But at any rate, I wonder too. Now, this piece, William did not say anything about how the dialogue has changed.
Yeah.
But would it not have to
Does
change?
she even say anything anymore? I've not watched a ride through.
I have not either.
Yeah.
I have not. I should have.
She may not say anything. Who knows? Which would be kind of weird.
That would be, and I would hate that because of Cat Cressida.
Yeah.
The Constance Hatchaway is her favorite voice work. She is very proud of being Constance Hatchaway. So I wonder, it'd be interesting to know what her thoughts are. I checked on her X account and didn't find anything. But so I wonder, I don't know, if they have changed it up. I really should have done a ride through. We may have to do that and report back. Has anybody in the chat watched a ride through?
Alex said, so she killed her husbands. How did she die? Well, I guess now with the story change, she probably died of a broken heart. I guess.
Heart. Mm-hmm.
With the alluding to the beating heart. Now Constance, I have no idea. I'm gonna guess natural causes. But anyway,
maybe so. But anyway, that's kind of so there's some questions for us as far as the storyline. What is her name now? Does she have a name? They gave her the name Constance Hatchaway when they changed her to the Black Widow Bride, but I couldn't find a name for the Beating Heart Bride, so I don't know. I don't know, about all that. This is actually a return to the original story in many ways, but I must confess, I love the whole Constance Hatchaway angle. That's been.
I mean, it definitely. I think the Constance storyline made more sense, frankly. And also too, I've heard people say, you got the candelabra that's been in the floating holiday, or that's been in the endless hallway, for years and years, and now they've kind of tied her into that. I've heard that they lost a ghost in the crypt by adding the candelabra. That there's the ghost. So both Disneyland and Disney World have the ghost in a Disney World. It's that ghost inside the crypt that has the hidden Mickey in its hand. Welcome in,
which is a really cool
Robert
ghost.
Sprite, which is neat
ghost. Hatbox Ghost has materialized in the chat.
Hey Jerry, and so I from what I've heard that ghost is gone now since they've added a candelabra there. So that's so that's kind of disappointing to lose a ghost, if you will.
It really is, because that particular ghost is actually one of the creepiest ones in the mansion, I think.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
But when it comes to the Haunted Mansion, there you go. Jerry said it took me years to get back into the Haunted Mansion.
It did.
At Disney World. Yeah, right, Jerry.
And I'm so glad to see you again.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Um, so people are especially protective of the haunted mansion, and the people, yeah, we get bent out of shape about uh, small changes to attractions, and sometimes it's it's too much, but um you know it, it's um well, you missed the quote that I wanted to highlight here. I'm going to pull that up here in a second, but get that link opened up, get the page loaded. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'll granted, we're hoping to go back to Disneyland later this year, but it'll probably end up being the overlay again. So I still won't, I still won't see it. So I'll have to reserve judgment till I eventually get to see this animatronic and see, you know, how the story flows given the updates. I've always thought Constance was a neat twist. A haunted mansion is supposed to be kind of a balance between silly and scary.
Scary and funny.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It is.
And so
They talk about that in Behind the Attraction.
yeah, because Walt passed mid as they were making creative decisions, and so they weren't really sure which direction to take it, so they went with both. And so yeah, I always felt she kind of heightened the the intensity, or kind of the suspense, kind of scare factor, and so I thought,
liked it.
Yeah. And I thought it really made a lot of sense, frankly.
Robert, yes, I have something to show a little bit later on the lines of
Brian says go during the summer months. Yeah, well, I'll have to make it up at some point there, Brian. But let me go. Of course, the pages are going to load. You have to give me a minute.
This the fans are divided on. I looked on several comments. Disney Food Blog always does a comment on things like this. What are if y'all could kind of sound off in the chat? I probably should have put just from what you can see here and the change in the storyline, how do you feel about it? Is this a thumbs up or a thumbs down for you guys on the changes? On the changes to Constance Hatchaway into back to more of the original story, the Beating Heart Bride. I love the look of her. I think the updated technology is very nice. But I should have done. I don't know why in the world I didn't do a ride through video that somebody had done to see if she still talks and if she still did they get Cat Cressida to do new lines for her? Does she not talk at all? I love that element of her voice. It's really adds to the creepy element. You have, and I agree with Kim Irvine in that the contrast there from the zany happy ballroom scene or the happy creepy ballroom scene to the really creepy part of the attic was a nice contrast. So but I do really wonder about her voice. And the Beating Heart Bride apparently doesn't have a name. The axe had become something of a, Constance Hatchaway has become something of a, she's one of the favorites in Walt Disney World and Disneyland. William, when you went, for Halloween that time, they did her wedding cake and they did a little chocolate hatchet.
Yeah.
On top of the wedding cake. So her hatchet, had become, that story. It's a good storyline.
Yeah.
So,
so here we go. So here's what I was looking at. This is Walt Disney World News today. It said Irvine says the attic scene, like Mom talked about earlier, the attic scene was redone in part because the projection technology on the prior figure had become so outdated as to necessitate regular maintenance. And of course, God forbid they have to maintain things these days.
Right.
But rather the update, rather than update what was there, Irvine saw an opportunity to add a greater contest with the more festive waltz in the prior room, as well as embellish the mansion's tale. We already talked about the candelabra in the endless hallway, and then the other one they added in the crypt in the cemetery. So here's where I have an issue with this update. Okay, let's see. Alex says, yeah. Jerry says, like, Disney didn't want a serial axe killer to be associated with the Haunted Mansion anymore. LOL. What's funny though, and I'll make my point here in a second, so bear with me. Let me finish reading here from Walt Disney World News Today. I don't have a subscription to the LA Times, so I'm reading from their page. It says the bride that used to be in there was an axe murderer. In this day and age, we have to be really careful about the sensitivities of people. Irvine said, we were celebrating someone chopping off her husband's head, which really, were we celebrating that? I don't think so.
We weren't celebrating.
It's a haunted mansion, and fear and horror is kind of
it's kind of a theme.
Yeah, it's kind of yeah. So anyway, we were celebrating someone chopping off her husband's heads, and it was a weird story. Which again,
we weren't doing that.
Okay.
No.
I know the fans. Some will like it and say, some will like it, and some will say, "Oh, you changed something again." That's our job. That's what we're here for. Here's my problem with this. She says, I know the fans. Some will like it, and some will say, "Oh, you changed something again." That's our job. That's what we're here for. No, dear. In case you've forgotten, your job is to plus things. Your job's not to change things. Your job is to plus things. Yes. And so
that's Walt's word. Plusing the parks. That's Walt's phrase.
And so that's my main issue. And it's little lines that like that. And I don't feel like sometimes I feel like they do a poor job of coaching people up to deal with the media, because she could have easily just said, we wanted to bring it back to the original storyline, and people, big Disney fans would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's that was the some of them say, "Oh, that was the original storyline. Cool, we're going back to that." Like, but no, we always have to slide something in there to stir up controversy. And again, and like I just said, your job isn't to change things. I mean, I understand plussing things is part of changing things, but your job is to plus things and make them better. And so anyway, and again, I think it's way over the top to say that we were quote unquote celebrating her, and again, if this, if we're dealing with people
supposed to be scared of her.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm not gonna cut my husband's head off because I like Constance Hatchaway. That's not, again, I know the difference between fantasy and reality.
It changes the tone of the attraction, which again, she easily could have just said, we wanted to bring it back to the original. She didn't have to say anything about people's sensitivity. Right. She didn't have to say anything about, it's our job to change things. She could have left all that out and just said, we're going back to the kind of the original story, and people would have been like, no, yeah, cool, all right. But now you've given people ammo to come after you, and so they have. And here's the other thing, and it's in the news today. I saw it floating around on social media. What's his name? He plays Anthony Mackie, plays Falcon, who's now who's now become Captain America, and they're putting this movie out, and he just did an interview where he said he doesn't feel like Captain America represents America. And
what?
Yes, I'm not making this up. and so it's like, coach these people up on talking to the media, please. I beg you, do not give people ammo to criticize you and come after you. Coach these people up on dealing with the media, please, because now guess what? He said that, and that's enough ammo for people not to go watch the movie.
It is. It totally is.
You don't feel like your Captain America, feels like
Why should I go
represents
watch it?
America?
Yeah.
What? Like, yeah,
Why
what's
should
the
I go?
point?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it totally. Yeah, it totally.
yeah,
Well, it's the same as the little gal, the new little gal that they have playing the live action Snow White
yeah, she
has said some
just keep your mouth
really
shut.
disparaging. Yeah, she's had some really said some really disparaging things
Yeah,
about the original movie,
yeah,
and it's just it's just not a good look. So they definitely Disney used to manage media, much better than this. And so Jerry says, why do I always get a feeling money is associated with
yeah.
things Disney change? Because it is. But yeah, now
Okay, here's the quote. Here we go. Here's the quote for more context. Hold on a second. No, I want to see the quote. Let me get the full quote here. But I watched the clip,
I thought I had it in the notes, but I didn't.
And I was just like, "Come on, man." Here we go. Let's see. Oh, here we go. For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't know the term, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Okay, so just that quote, and again, this is perfect, a perfect example of people clipping things, but here again, you're giving people ammo to come after you. So the quote again here, stay with me. For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Okay, which sounds ridiculous, and then he follows it up with
oxymoron.
Yeah,
it's an oxymoron.
And then he follows it up with, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity, he continued. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. Okay. Okay. Like that part's, yeah. Like that's who Captain America is. Those are qualities of Captain America. And guess what? Those are aspirational qualities of being an American.
Yes.
and yes. Buddy, if you can't connect the dots between those, or at least they used to be, but if you can't connect the dots between those, then you're not fit to carry the shield. So anyway, I just stop giving people ammo to come after you. is my I'm begging you, stop giving people ammo to come after you, because have some tact. Think about what you're saying before you say it.
How it's going to be received by by fans, and guests of,
because there are already people. We're fans. And sorry to cut you off, Mom, but we're fans. I'd love to go see the movie. I would. It comes out Valentine's Day weekend, be a great date night. But again, you're giving people a reason to criticize the product, and guess what? Then criticize the brand, and guess what? Yes, we just came off a huge. Marvel just came off a huge. I mean, they made a boatload of money off of Deadpool and Wolverine, and it was supposed to be kind of about bounce back. Marvel's getting back on their feet, and here along comes Anthony Mackie to cut their legs out from underneath them. It's like, why would you give people a reason to not come watch your movie? It's the same thing, Brie Larson couldn't keep her mouth shut before Captain America or Captain Marvel came out. Stop giving people sound bites and reasons not to watch your film. Stop yourself.
Yes.
And it's the same message to it's the same exact message to Kim Irvine. Easily could have just stopped and said, didn't have to say anything about sensitivities, didn't have to say anything, about other things, but, about it being her job to change things. Again, your job's to plus things. It's not
her job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't, the sad thing about it is that if she doesn't know that by now, that's a big part of the problem.
Yeah. Anyway. But I'm interested in writing it. Again, Disney coached these people up at dealing with the media and speaking to the media.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know,
What not to say, guys.
yeah, people are going to boycott. You know, now people are going to boycott
Yep.
this new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Which is
you
a real
know,
shame.
and people have been dunking on Kim Irvine all over social
Mhm.
media for
I
these
have.
these exact quotes.
Yes, yes.
You know,
It's like Disney, and they did not used to be, but it's like
yeah,
in recent years, Disney has become tone deaf to their own guests and
yeah,
fans. They say
yeah.
things, they just and this is, again, Disney, Bob Chapek, good heavens, said all kinds of stuff that
Oh
made us
yeah,
just cringe.
Christine McCarthy
And
couldn't keep her foot out of her mouth.
Chris Christine
She
McCarthy
couldn't.
just open mouth, insert foot. I
Yeah,
mean, that's just, her shtick. And but Bob Iger has actually, and I always gave, Bob Iger credit when he was president of the company the first time around for getting it, for
yeah,
understanding Disney, for understanding what they were, the heart of the
yeah,
company and Walt's vision, and for carrying that
yeah.
forward. So
And that was it was so
yes.
funny. I talk. My most memorable Christine McCarthy thing was she talked about how they were going to reduce portion sizes, and how it would all be better for our belt lines,
Because we're
and
all too fat.
literally literally a day literally a day or two after that quote came out, I was at Hollywood Studios and getting a meal from Docking Bay 7, and I had to go back and get a second meal
Oh,
because
sorry,
because
Alex.
the portion sizes were so small. Uh, on the I think I got like the chicken and mac and cheese, and it's like a little square of chicken, and so I had to go back, and so I was just laughing to myself about her having said this, and I had to go back and get another plate because and again, like I don't, I'm a big guy, but I don't eat outrageous amounts of food. um
Oh,
Unless I'm at Boma, or unless
oh,
I'm trying to earn
Jerry.
my money back at
Hemlock's Coast
yeah,
is
have a
leaving me.
good one,
Thanks for
Jerry.
being here, Jerry.
uh
Thanks so much. We appreciate
Unless
you.
I'm trying to win my money back at one
Right,
of the sit down all you care to enjoy
right,
uh
right,
places to eat.
right.
So anyway, I always laugh, because that happened like a day or two after that she had put that quote out there.
I remember
Um,
that. I remember.
oh, good grief.
I remember.
But anyway, here's the other part. Back to Kim Irvine. Um, they kind of got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. They put this piece of AI art in the new gift shop there, and again,
They
that's themed
did.
after Madame Leota. They had this
They did.
bride, this AI generated image that
They
they put
did.
out there when they opened the gift shop, and people picked up on it, and they kind of got their hands slapped by social media because people caught them. And it says,
Yeah, it was AI generated.
yeah. So there was already
Yeah.
an online controversy when there was a piece of art that's created by AI. The presence of AI art felt particularly egregious. So this is, I believe, is Walt Disney World today, News Today's verbiage. But the AI art felt particularly egregious, knowing the value Imagineering places on authentic, handcrafted, work. That's what we're
Right.
accustomed to. That's what we expect from
Yes.
WDI. Um,
Absolutely.
and Irvine said they felt like it would be appropriate for a short time. And again, I think it probably would have stayed up for a long time had they not been busted.
Had they
Um,
not been busted on it. Absolutely.
uh, until they could put something else in. They never intended to do anything bad, and it is gone now. We're going to bring something back in that is hand painted, like all the other pieces are, and they have since put in, a piece. But anyway, yeah, I
They have.
feel people caught them and
Yeah, they did.
and exposed them, and so they had to
Had
put
to
something else out
backpedal.
there. But
Yeah, they had to
anyway,
backpedal.
yeah,
And they
and that
should, they should know. I mean, again, it seems to me that Disney as a whole, I mean, all of their especially all of their upper echelon management was a lot, but they were masters at handling the press.
Yeah.
They always took the high road.
Yeah.
They were very good at PR
Yeah.
for the company. They
Yeah.
really were. This William, back to the changes that they made in the line queue.
Yeah.
These look so cool, guys. There are
they're great. They're great.
Yeah, Madame Leota's garden here. You can see her garden, pieces of her garden here, and there are references similar to the Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
There at Walt Disney World. But this really looks cool. And I'm glad they did this because the line queue at Walt Disney World is wonderful.
No, it is.
It really is. So here's Madame Leota's garden. And you have some pieces, spiders, tail of a rat, calling the spirits wherever they're at. So Madame Leota's garden looks like it's a fortune teller's garden.
I don't think the statues talk, Alex, not to my knowledge.
I don't think they do, but they're there.
Yeah.
Now you also have a space for Master Gracie here in the garden. There's a place for him to sit and enjoy his garden. He is the master of the residence after all. And so there is this spot for Master Gracie. They did also add tombstones. And they're similar to the puns. The names are puns.
Yeah.
Theo later, Ray
Incarnation.
You are gone.
You are gone.
So some pretty
levitation.
Yeah. So some
pretty good,
cool, neat references there. And then there's even a greenhouse, y'all. These are pictures from the LA Times, from the piece that they did online. So this line queue is much more detailed, and it's different than Walt Disney World. I love it when they do something different at Disneyland than they have at Disney World. Yeah. Which is why I hope that we get to keep Constance Hatchaway.
Yeah. It's fine to have different experiences,
It is. It is.
And there's a picture of Leota there.
We've talked about that. And this is the gift shop, and this is the picture of
what in her corruptible state. Is that the quote?
In her, yes. So this is from the gift shop, and this this does have to be very nostalgic for Kim Irvine because Leota was her mom. So, or the model for Leota was her mom. So these are just kind of the wall here kind of gives you a feel for the look of the.
Welcome in, Mr. Juma.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Mr. Juma. And Jane Ann. I meant to say hey to John and Nancy as well. But that's kind of how the new gift shop looks. The AI art, again, the AI art in the new gift shop caused a stir. And the thing about it is AI art is pretty easy to spot. So it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. And of course, Kim Irvine said, oh, well, it was just to be there for a short time until they could put something else in. Well, probably not.
Yeah. So real quick, rewinding a minute to the whole sensitivities thing. They just put out a Haunted Mansion movie 2 years ago. That featured, the murderous bride in the movie. She's hatchet wielding, throws it. And also too, from what I've heard on the Treasure cruise ship, that they just rolled out the Haunted Mansion parlor. Jillian actually had clients, people that we know personally, just travel on the Treasure, and there's a murderous mermaid that's on the
Oh,
treasure. So
wow.
it's like, okay, did nobody run this by Kim? Because all the Constance is a problem, but we can have a murderous mermaid, and we can have you know uh,
Right,
we can have a murderous bride in the movie that came out literally 2 years ago.
right.
I guess she didn't get
Yes.
the memo, but anyway, yeah,
Wow.
it seems a little inconsistent there, Kim. But anyway,
Well, the other, here are the other questions, the other pieces to that puzzle. Does she have a name now?
yeah,
If she's not, she's not. Will
would have
we
been a great
see?
opportunity to give her one in the article instead of saying the other thing she said.
That's true. Well, that's true. That's true. So are they going to? I'm really worried that what they're going to do is upgrade. That they're going to bring these same upgrades to Walt Disney World. I don't want it at Walt
Yeah,
Disney World.
yeah,
Um, Now, the other big question is we've always wondered about the hanging man in the
in the
stretching room.
stretching room, and that'll be next on the chopping block. Just give it
That's gonna hit.
give
Yeah,
it time. Because
yeah, the
if you
hanging
want to talk
man.
about sensitivities, that's way more jarring than a pretend
Yeah,
AI animatronic, axe wielding animatronic.
that's true. So hey, I feel pretty certain that
Days are probably
yeah,
numbered
yeah,
on the ghost host.
days are numbered there. So um, and again, my thing is, for the authenticity, it's a haunted house.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a haunted house. It's
yeah,
make believe, and I wish we could all just kind of toughen up well enough to go, oh, we get, it's supposed to
yeah,
be fun.
yeah,
That's why we watch horror stories.
yeah.
That's why we do haunted mansions. And
Not
this
everything has
particular
to be
haunt,
handled with kid gloves.
right,
And
right.
I've talked about this before. It's a safe place to be scared. You know, it's a safe place to be scared.
Very much so. Very much so. Kylie, I will have to say, Kylie Brooke, my eldest granddaughter, absolutely loves the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
She was really creeped out the
yeah,
first time we went through it. And then a couple of hours later, she said, Bimmy, I want to go back to the Haunted Mansion. And so we did. And we
yeah,
and she keeps gravitating back towards the Haunted Mansion, and she asked for a t-shirt
yeah,
uh, that says, happy haunts
yeah.
on it. So she has a couple of t-shirts now, the Haunted Mansion. My youngest, well, not my youngest, but my third granddaughter, Landry, when we finished our family trip when did we go? May? When did we go?
Yes, May.
It was May.
It was
And
for Hadley's birthday.
Yes, end of May. I asked her when, at the end of the trip, I said, what was your very favorite thing of all the things that we did? What was your favorite thing? And my little girl said the Haunted Mansion. So, and she's 5,
Yeah,
y'all, or she's 4. She's
yeah,
4. So, I think, kids, we don't have to handle our kids with
yeah,
such kid gloves,
yeah,
as it were. But I do want to maintain, the integrity of the rides, and I really wish they'd leave it alone, and I'm afraid they're not going to, because I
yeah,
think the Hanging Man is probably going to be next.
yeah,
They desensitized the Jungle Cruise,
yeah,
and I'm thinking, that's probably because of all the headhunters that complained,
yeah,
about the Jungle Cruise. At any rate, this
yeah,
one, it's going to be interesting to see it. Again, I think you're 100% right. All Kim Irvine had to do was just say we were wanting to go back to the original
yeah,
uh, Beating Heart Bride, and everything would have been cool.
yeah,
So, again, what not to say, Disney and
yeah,
Disney people.
yeah.
But at any rate,
Jonathan,
it is.
we want the redhead.
There you go. Right?
Oh, and Jonathan coming through.
There you
Oh,
go. Jonathan.
man.
Jonathan gets it.
Oh, me.
We wants the redhead. And it's the truth. And it's the truth. We still
Yeah.
do. We
And
all do.
I want to take a second. I follow several Disney pages on Facebook, and there was one the other day that posted it. They do lots of really good. Do you remember this?
Oh.
Things about rides, and about shows. They'll post a picture, but ask do you remember when they did this? And they posted one the other day of the Mist at Pirates of the Caribbean. And they're like, oh, felt kind of unnecessary or whatever. And I was like, you're wrong. Like you're. I was like,
Oh,
they
that
said
was, yeah.
they said
That
it
was
felt
one of our favorite
unnecessary.
things.
Yeah, and I was like, no, this is great. Like it adds to the the mystique and interest.
Yeah.
It's kind of it wasn't a curtain, like you could still see past it, but it was kind of leading you on into the
Oh,
bringing
yeah.
you into the story.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So
It was
I
a great
still
special effect.
miss
Yeah.
the Mist there with the projections of
Oh, I do too.
Barbosa, Davy Jones, Captain Salazar, Blackbeard.
Absolutely.
If it were up to me, they would cycle through all four.
Oh, yeah.
But
Absolutely.
anyway, nobody asked me. But it's because if they
They
did,
should.
yeah, because if
They
they
should.
did, I would tell
Well,
them.
honestly, it feels as though um, they have done a lot of subtracting from the parks, but they haven't plus the parks.
Yeah,
They haven't plus the parks since before the blip.
yeah.
So we shall say that they've done a few. They've been a few good things. That would actually, I think we've done a Do You Remember show before. Maybe we
But
should crank that up again
yeah.
and do another one. See what y'all could come up with.
Yeah.
On that. But
I
at
won't
any
open
rate,
the can of worms, but there are other there are other references I could make. Along the lines of we once the redhead.
yeah.
But anyway, it's
Yeah. How about
I
our blood on the saddle?
yeah. Well, Mama don't whoop little Buford. And
Uh-huh.
and then and one of the most egregious ones being zippity doo dah, zippity
Oh,
day. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Anyway,
This is also,
it's
it's
rough.
all,
Yeah.
blast from our past, obviously, but
And it wasn't even that long ago, relatively. Wasn't even that long ago, relatively.
No,
So
they brought all that
anyway.
out. And I'm afraid we have more
Oh, we do.
subtractions. We have more subtractions to come unless they come to their senses and decide to leave Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America with the Liberty Bell. It occurred to me today, and I'll say this, and then I wanted to kind of wrap up this segment.
Yeah.
But it occurred to me today, wouldn't it be really, really cool if instead of taking out, instead of totally ripping that out, covering it in concrete and putting in a Cars ride, which is just nuts to me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be really cool if all the Imagineers could put their heads together and come up with something really cool to do with that island?
Yeah.
Like on the island.
Yeah.
Something that would draw the kids in, like a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
Or, something that would draw them onto that island. Aunt Polly's, the little snack shop, little snack shop there is not open. Open Aunt Polly's and put some really cool.
They could breathe life
stuff
back into it. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, of course they could.
And that's the other thing too is people want to experience the parks in different ways. And from what I've understood, especially those with autism or people that get overwhelmed with their senses and stuff. From what I've heard, Tom Sawyer Island was a great place for them to go to kind of breathe and kind of come down a
Unwind.
little bit.
It's a great place for all
Um,
of us to go to
yeah,
kind of breathe and
yeah.
oh yeah, it's
And so
fantastic.
anyway,
Especially when Aunt Polly's is open.
yeah. And so anyway, they, it's a different type of experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it, you know, at the end of the day, I think they want to come up with a way to monetize that area. You know, you
Yeah,
don't need to do a
yeah,
lightning lane for Tom Sawyer Island.
that's
Uh,
true.
and
That's
so,
true.
I don't know that we've talked about it much, but
Yeah,
I think it's a
yeah,
valid, you don't have to do a lightning lane for the Liberty Bell.
right.
Um, guess what? You would have to do a lightning lane for a
That's
Cars
true.
attraction there in that same space.
That's true.
That just all came to me live on Hitchhiker Chat
Right.
just now.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they're looking
And
for a
I
way
had
to
not even thought
monetize that
about that
space.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had not even thought of that aspect of it, William.
See, if you talk about things long enough, you can kind of stumble into something
Right.
else. But yeah,
Work your
they're
way.
looking for a way to monetize that space because again, today,
Right.
is Tall Sawyer Island high traffic? You know, it's not Tron. You're not going to have a 60-minute wait for Tom Sawyer
Right.
Island.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's Disney
Right.
looks at that space and they say, you know what, this area of the park's not making us enough money.
Yeah.
Let's put in a ride there, drain it, put a ride
Right.
there,
Right.
and let's
Yeah.
charge people money for a lighting lane
Yeah. That's well, I think that's
or Premier
100%
Pass.
it,
Yeah,
Premier Pass. But yeah, I would dearly love to see them breathe life back into the island. Walt Disney's whole approach was something that he called edutainment.
yeah,
And, I see people all the time that say, well, it's all outdated.
yeah.
Well, history is by definition outdated. And
That's fair.
but Walt felt as though our history, the history of Frontierland, the
I
history
mean,
of
the spirit,
Square
the exploratory, the
was
adventurous
important.
spirit
Yes.
of the
Yes.
frontier.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Mark
Uh,
Twain. Mark
yeah,
Twain was a uniquely American author.
yeah,
And so, people don't know who Mark Twain is. Okay, breathe life back into the island and teach them who Mark
yeah,
Twain was. Let's talk about, I talk to my kids about, the Hall of Presidents when we go
yeah,
in there and
yeah,
different things that I know. So let's not shove edutainment
yeah,
completely out of the picture because we want to put in something that we
yeah.
can use a Premier Pass for. But that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
So,
Tina says they'd rather fill in the river and put an attraction where Stitch's Great Escape was. Make it make sense. Yeah, I can't.
yeah,
I can't.
yeah, yeah.
Because
I
Tomorrowland,
agree.
Tomorrowland. Yeah, hey, granted it has Tron now, but for a while there, Tomorrowland, would just seemed like it needed to have some more life breathed into it. So,
Right.
and yeah, there are rumors about them doing like a Wreck-It Ralph VR kart racing experience, which sounds like it could be
Mhm.
really cool.
It does. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's a great example of space that needs to be utilized. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I still see people talking about the animation courtyard and how monsters should be there instead of the the Muppet area where it's going in.
Mhm.
So anyway,
Right.
but yeah, moving on.
So that's our questions.
Yeah,
Obviously, just to sum up here.
yeah, wrap it up.
Will it go in at Walt Disney World?
Yeah,
What else do they have in mind? I think we might as well just brace ourselves for the Hanging Man to go,
yeah.
and who knows what else. Um,
Again,
and
it heightens the suspense.
it does, yeah.
It raises the senses. I mean, it's right there. It sets the tone for what's to come.
Mhm.
So, if they take that out, hopefully they can come up with, something, that has, at least has a similar effect, on guests, to kind of give you a little scare to start to kick things off.
Well, the thing the thing that, I mean, God forbid that they should take out Paul Free's narration.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, that can't
I have seen people talking about that already on social media.
That can't ever happen.
Yeah, it can't happen.
So what they're going to have to do is when he says there's always my way, and,
let's come up with something.
They're going to have to come up with something.
Yeah,
something else. But at any rate, we shall see. I do not want this at Walt Disney World. I want to keep my murderous butchering bride. Thank you very much.
I guess we're kind of weird. I guess we're kind of weird.
Well, I'm a Rolly Crump fan, and if you recall, Rolly Crump wanted a Museum of the Weird in the Haunted Mansion. And there are some of Rolly Crump's pieces that they have added to the Haunted Mansion, such as the Candleman and again,
nobody had a problem with the Candleman.
Nobody had a problem with the Candleman. Absolutely. So
what's this you got here on the screen?
That's true. Okay, moving right along. This is a new book, guys. I'm really excited about this. Dean, the turkey legster, told me about this. It's called When You Wish Upon a Ghost. It is a new book themed to the Haunted Mansion attraction. It's available on Amazon for pre-order. It's $12.21 in hardcover. It's by Tim McKenna, and of course, I've already ordered it. The description is the Haunted Mansion's resident Raven wishes that he could join the Happy Haunts for a night of fun. But first, Madame Leota has a task for him. Gather the ghosts up for a special party. Will Raven get his wish to join in on the festivities before the ghoulish night is over? So that's going to be fun. And you can pre-order this for $12.21 in hardcover. It's brand new.
You got a little tagline here that says, perfect for spooky season or year-round, the hilarious rhymes and busy illustrations invite families to find ghosts hidden in every corner of this mysterious mansion. So sounds like fun. The boys, boys enjoy the Haunted Mansion Golden Book that they've got already. So this will be a fine addition to our collection.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. So thanks, Dane, for letting me know about that. And also these really, really cool. Now I have these glasses, guys, and they are the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. These are in purple. I have them in just like gray and black, the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. I should have brought them to show them to you. But these are new. I want a pair, of course. And these are at Star Traders in Magic Kingdom and probably some other stores on property. They are $22.99. So a little bit more expensive than the last time that the ones that I bought, and I bought mine, I don't know, 6 months ago or so.
Yeah.
But these are new Haunted Mansion sunglasses. So those are neat. Those are pretty cool. And I hopefully will be able to get some of those. Those are really cute. Really, really cute. At any rate, that's all the news. We shall see, what happens with this thing. I look forward to going. I'm rather torn. I would love to go to Disneyland this year, especially since it's the 70th anniversary. Would love to go, and I'm not ruling it out. But I do have an annual pass to Walt Disney World, so it's hard to justify. I may wait until 75 or whatever. It's hard to justify.
Memento Mori, Tina.
Memento Mori, yeah. Memento Mori. Okay, so let's see. Do you happen to have Lorcana cards?
Do you have? Oh yeah. Also, the Madame Leota's gift shop there at Disneyland is called Madame Leota's Somewhere Beyond. is the name of that gift shop.
Oh,
Do you have a pack? Because mine are on the other side of all these cords.
I do. I have a pack.
All right, we'll zoom in
I have
on
a
you.
pack. So, okay. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to let you guys pick tonight. I have 3 packs of blister packs of Shimmering Skies.
Sweet.
And I have Maui, Donald. There we go. And Vanellope. So Maui, Donald, and Vanellope. And whatever I see first in the chat.
Tina says Donald.
Donald. Okay. All right. So we got Donald. Let's see what we get. Blister packs. Right. So here's Donald. Love our Donald. Okay. Let's see. Haven't pulled it. I mean, we've had some good pulls, but only, and the whole time I've done it, we've only pulled the one enchanted. So let's hope for something good tonight. Got my Lucite card holder all ready. Okay, these are going to be commons.
Healing Decanter.
Okay, you're going to have to help me. What is that from?
It looks like Lorcana, something that's Lorcana focused. They do have some cards that are,
okay,
part of the story there.
That are not right. Okay, so Retrosphere.
Same thing, I think.
Okay, and love this one, y'all. Clarabelle. Absolutely love Clarabelle. And another common, Break Free. This one's a really cool one. Oh, Tinkerbell.
That's neat.
Love that one.
Breaking out of the lantern.
Okay, Kronk. I think I have this one.
Nice.
Love this one. Love that one. And another common. Another common, guys. Wise Woman.
So, what? Tanana?
Tanana?
Frozen 2.
See, with Frozen 2, guys, I have not watched Frozen 2 as much as some of the other, or the first one, so I didn't even remember Tanana. Okay. And this one is an uncommon, and I love this one. I do not have Fix-It Felix Jr.
Oh, my bad. Tanana's from Brother Bear. I botched that one.
Oh, no wonder I didn't remember her.
She looked like one of the one of the tribes people in Frozen 2. Yeah. But yeah, Tanana's from Brother Bear. My bad, I botched that. Sorry to the diehard Brother Bear fans.
Merlin's Carpet Bag.
That's fun.
That is a fun one. I like that one. Another uncommon. And an uncommon one of the dwarves. Sleepy. I do not have this one. I'm excited to get him.
I love the dwarf knights in this set.
Love that one. Leaning against his axe. Okay.
It's a rare.
Tell me with the symbol. It's a rare. Denahi.
Also
Brother Bear.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Nate, super rare.
I don't know that I've seen Brother Bear since I saw it in theaters.
And you're gonna love this one, William. Check this one out. A legend.
Super rare Pete. Awesome.
It's a super rare.
Super rare Pete. Steamboat Rival.
That's great. One? 7 lore on that one too. 7 lore. And and an uncommon. Oh, this is really cute. An uncommon foil Arthur.
Neat. That is really cute. Little bird, Arthur.
Too cute. So that's an uncommon. So neat. And then the
Puzzle
Maleficent
piece.
card,
Yeah, there you go.
gateway card.
Gateway card. Cool.
Yeah. So some pretty good ones there, and
I
some that I
heard that
didn't have.
the Gateway product was like $6 on Amazon the other day. They had it. They had
Really?
it big time marked down. So
Okay.
yeah.
Neat. Okay, good pulls there. Still no more. Just got the one enchanted, guys. So orange bird on a diet. Chubby on a diet. Could be Chubby.
It's funny.
Chubby on a diet too, for sure. So we've got sets 7, 8, and 9 coming out in Lorcana. Guys, Acacia's Island launches March the 7th, featuring Disney's Bolt. Set 8 will be Reign of Jafar, releases June the 6th. And then set 9 is Fabled, and it arrives in the third quarter, and it's going to be showcasing classic characters, Mickey and Minnie, which I love. I love that idea. So I did want to let you know, guys, that just some channel news here. I have a premiere set up for a new vlog that I did. Please join us on Thursday morning, be January the 30th at 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern for the premiere of my new vlog, Last Day at Magic Kingdom. And this was one that I just did when I was there Christmas. So it's filled with, Christmas ambiance, all the decorations, some rides. It's really, really cool. Lots of, some good footage of Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell. So it's really cool. And again, rides, food, and that wonderful MK Christmas time nostalgia and ambiance and music. So I loved it. Just a little quick vlog on the last day from that trip.
Tina says 8 in the morning.
Let's see. 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern.
There you go. Yeah.
Thursday. So 9 a.m. your time, Tina. Yeah, on Thursday. So, and I'll do a promo for it. But yeah, just thought I would do a premiere on it. It's just fun. Just one that I put together with some good pictures and what have you. That was such a neat trip. And was able to see. I guess I should have put the link could have put a link in there.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just cool. Just a fun, as just vlogging as I was walking and going through my day there. So, some good rides and just good stuff. So, I can't think of anything else, guys. If you are thinking about, if you got to go out for this Disneyland's 70th anniversary, you've got to see the new Brooding Bride, the Beating Heart Bride. Can't wait. Got to see it. Jillian is a travel agent with Mickey Travels, a diamond level travel agency. Pretty impressive. And she does really good work. She knows her stuff really well. And so give her a call. Her contact information is in the description of this video, and she can take the headache out of it. And, with all the dining reservations and, Lightning Lane and Premier Pass and all the things.
Keeping up with everything, new promotions that come along.
Yes.
I mean, there's,
She knows all of it.
Yep.
Yeah. She knows all of it. So contact her if you're,
that's right.
And that's any Disney park. She also does Disney Cruise Lines, and she can do Universal, that shadowy place that we're not supposed to go to, but we're going.
Yeah.
So by all means, let her know if you're interested in that.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. We appreciate you. Got a lot of ways you can spend a night on a Tuesday night. We appreciate you coming here and spending it with us, talking all things Disney, Disney news. Shout out to everybody for being here. Thanks to our Ghost Host moderators, especially keeping the chat family friendly. Thanks to our channel members as well. Thanks to if your team replay, we appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching our show and supporting us. Thanks, Jason. Speaking of one of our members there, we appreciate your support. If you're watching in ghost mode, you got other things going on. You got us in the background. We appreciate that too. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Mandy Adams, Brian Eisenhart, T. McNeil, Francisco, Alex Kennett, Mike Beachman, Jonathan Chung, Dapper Vanta Crew, Jason Thibodeau, Dean the Turkey Lexter, J&N Travels, Hatbox Ghost, and Najuma Brown. If I missed you, I apologize. I do the best I can to keep up with the chat. But we thank you for being here.
Yeah, appreciate it,
y'all. And we're passionate about the parks, obviously. And so I just let us know your thoughts. If we're off base, tell us. If you got some, if you have a different perspective, or can kind of approach a subject from a different direction than how we do, let us know. We'd be happy to hear your point of view. So anyway, we appreciate everybody for being here. Yes. Thank you, Jonathan. Sharing the link there for the live place. Big shout out to Dean at the live place for maintaining that website. It's basically a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Also, check out Dean's YouTube channel, Dreamers Empire, and the live place. Also, if you haven't already, check out TubeBuddy. If you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, check out TubeBuddy. The basic version's free. If you have under 1,000 subs, it's discounted. Use our link. We both get a free month. But it's got tools that help you grow your channel. Help you do things like using tags for and also kind of tweaking the name.
Suggestions.
Suggestions for titles, and so to hit the algorithm. And so analytics, like Mom said. And then also too, if you haven't already, check out Stickermule. If you're looking for good quality, low cost promotional items, stickers, buttons, magnets, pins, doing it for any of that type of thing, check out Stickermule. Use our link. We both get a $10 credit for future order.
Just quickly, I wanted to show
Festival
you.
of the Arts has kicked off as well. Our good friends, This Our Dream, have been there already. So check out their, also Jennifer Caruso was there recently on a girls' trip. Mom, it's a shame you missed out on that. And so, if you are looking for some Festival of the Arts content, check out This Our Dream, Jennifer Caruso. We got a whole lot of friends that cover everything down there. So, But anyway, check that out if you haven't already. I only said them because their names came to me off the top of my head. So
RTV1. Lots of friends. Good. Disney channels, all of which can be found on the Live Place, theliveplace.com. Can you think of anything else?
Yeah, we go live every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to join us live or watch on the replay. Shout out to Lisa, Keith, and Joey of It's Joey's World, captains of our team replay. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live, especially, for example, like this Thursday where Mom's debuting a vlog at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. So if you ring that bell, you'll get notified when that video posts. Check us out. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com.
Yeah, by all means, let us know. Let us know what you think about these new changes or anything, that we covered, anything that's coming up in the parks. We'd appreciate it. And y'all, again, thank you so much to our channel members. We really appreciate you guys for blessing us every month, and all of that money goes back into the channel big time. And also, of course, our ghost hosts. We love you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Big shout out to Ghost Host Mods. The Haunted Mansion's our channel's namesake, and it's Mom's favorite ride. It's up there. in my favorites as well. As I've said before, Pirates is still my number one. But yeah, but if the Haunted Mansion is our namesake, of course we're passionate about it. So, yeah, there you go. Jonathan says, if you would like to join our jamboree, there's a simple rule that's compulsory. Mortals pay the token fee.
Rest in
Peace.
peace.
The haunting's free. So
hurry
back. We would like your company.
Nice, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate that. Y'all have a great week. And thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Again, let us know what you think about all this. We covered a lot tonight. We love Disney. We're pretty passionate about it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Thursday, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, Thursday morning. For my vlog, if you missed the premiere, you can watch it later, of course. And I'll put a reminder up on the community tab. Yep. Anything else, William?
That's it. Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please hurry back.
Thanks.
Make final arrangements now.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
We've been dying to have you.
Hurry back. Hurry back.